What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What is up? Happy blessed Monday. Happy month of June for those of you guys that are tuning in. I pray that you guys are doing well. And if you have not caught the word of the Lord for the month of June, please be sure that you scroll a little bit on the page and find that word. It was definitely a word to remember. As always, new month, we praise God the same way, and we enter into these daily manners the same way. So as you guys are coming in, go ahead and tell God thank you and tell us one thing that you are grateful for on today. As always, I do ask that you guys continue to hit that like button as you guys are coming in, even as you guys are catching it on the replay. And so I will start. I will say that today I am just grateful for rest. I'm grateful for a brand new month. I'm still grateful for the fact that I just simply made it through the month of May. And so grateful to have another opportunity to be in a space to believe God for a different outcome in certain areas and to believe God point blank period. And so grateful for provision. I love to hear it. And so I truly believe that even today has a certain amount of joy on it. I plan to at some point, which is why I'm dressed like this, go out and finish bush hogging the little bit of the field that I got left. And today, we are just going to coast throughout this day with God. As you guys can see, today's title is Out with the Old, In with the New. Grateful for God's grace to live to see a brand. My God. Visha, that'll preach. When I say that will preach, grateful to see a brand new month, let alone a brand new day. Today, God gave me a very, I'm not even gonna say peculiar, but a very specific word. And as you guys can see by the title, that is out with the old, in with the new. Today, like as I've just been sitting in God's presence and just reflecting, I feel like when we get to a place where we allow for ourselves to be still enough to reflect on what has been happening around us, a lot of times you can see the evidence and you can actually catch a glimpse of what God is doing or what He is about to do. I'm gonna say that again. A lot of times, if you just allow for yourself to get to a place where you are still, where you are not all over the place, you can, if you do that long enough, you put yourself in a position to reflect. And when you get into a place where you are reflecting about the past, about where you are right now, about things that are happening, like you really do catch a glimpse of what God is about to do or what He is currently doing. And so today was one of those days where I just really just sat in God's presence and I just began to like look at all of the different things that God has been doing in my life. And I'm gonna just say this, like when I looked at like a lot of these areas, it was almost every single area. The thing that I told God is that, like, Lord, I'm looking at these areas and everything that is happening around me in these areas represents the coming of something that is new. And as I just said and thought about that, the thought crossed my mind that it's the newness that we perceive that ushers us in to even receive a different reality. You get a different reality. You get to see God come through, or you get to know God in a way that you did not before. I believe that in this season, that in the month of June, that honestly, maybe throughout today, maybe throughout this week, that many people are in a space where either you are having to shut doors and embrace newer open doors, or either it may be a physical getting rid of old things and having to prepare to receive new things, whether it is something as small as furniture, whether it is something as small as whatever the case may be, whether it's a car, whether it is whatever the case may be. And so the question that I would ask those of you guys that are here is, have you been perceiving what's around you? Drink me some coffee. Have you been perceiving things that are around you, but also not only perceiving, because it's a difference in perceiving what's around you and actually preparing for the change that you see like about to happen. And so my question to those of you guys that are here is, are you perceiving the newness around you, and what are you doing to prepare for it? This weekend, it was a few things that happened this weekend that I was very, very grateful for, and it kind of ties into today. These were like little things that I'm just like, wow, it's not really necessarily it kind of was a changing of the guards in a way, but it was also like, wow, God, like I see the new thing, and I see that this weekend for me was a form of like ushering in the new thing and preparing for it. Something simple happened. You guys know that my dog passed away last week, and it has been a very rough thing. And it was one of those things where I got rid of everything. Like, I got rid of the rug that she passed away on. Like, I got rid of so much. And I had the thought, like, at first, like, what am I gonna have now? And my mom came up here this weekend to like help me clean, because I just could not clean the room that she passed away in. I could not do it. And even till today, I have not really been able to go in that room, not like for a long extended period of time. But as she got done and as she was getting ready to leave, she said, here's some money to get you a brand new rug. And I didn't really think anything about it like in that moment. Because a lot of times when we're dealing with the pain of like something that we've lost, or something that, has gone to hell and back, or even something that you feel like, man, God took that from me, or I had to surrender it. A lot of times we focus more on the discomfort than we do what God is ushering in. And so my second question is, have you been so preoccupied with what may took for you that you've missed the signs of what God is doing in this season? Whew. I'm going to say that again. Have you been so preoccupied with what may took from you that you have missed the signs of what God is doing in your life, or what God is about to do? I say all of this to say, as you guys are going throughout this day, like, be sure that you get to a place where you are just sitting with God and allowing for God to show you, the past month, the past few months, and compare it to like what you see. Because honestly, God will always give us a glimpse of what season of life we're in and what we're about to do. And I'm gonna just say this: discernment doesn't just revolve around, the people that are around us. Discernment also goes to your ability to discern, what is around you. And like, when we really break down like the word discern and break it down into layman's terms, discernment is really paying attention to the reality of the signs happening around you, the things happening around you. And I'm going to say this: the devil knows that if we're so emotional about what we've lost or what has happened, we will miss the signs. If we're so desperate, he knows that also if we get too desperate for a thing, it will blind us and rob us from really seeing the reality of what is really taking place. Today, as I stepped outside, the Lord told me, he says, don't allow the pain of May to blind you from what I'm about to do in your life. Don't allow the discomfort that you felt in the month of May to bring you to a place where, you can't see what I'm doing, not because I'm not showing you, but you can't see what I'm doing because you are so focused on the past. Remember this: you cannot, move forward in life or drive forward, in life looking in the rearview mirror. You are bound to like hit a snag. You are bound to have some sort of accident that just really causes your demise. And spiritually, it is the same way. We cannot fully receive the new thing and the things of the future that God has for us if we're so focused on the past. Because being focused on the past, it honestly, you can only focus on one thing at a time. So if you're focused on the past, you're not focused on what God is doing. It's kind of like the seasons around us. I always say this often. We can perceive what season it's about to be. It's like, now I can perceive that it's about to be summertime. How? Because it is stupid hot during the day. It's like I can look at it and I'm like, yeah, it's summertime. It may not be fully summertime, but by this weather, by how it's been feeling, it's most definitely summertime. It's most definitely summertime. And so it's like, if you can perceive it, you can prepare for it. This is not going to be a stagnant month. I'm going to say it again. If you can perceive it, you can prepare for it. You can't fully prepare for something that you're not really perceiving. So if you're missing the signs, how can you prepare to receive? If you're so focused on what you don't have, what went wrong, or whatever the case may be, like, how can you prepare for anything new? And so that's just a little tidbit. That's kind of where I've been today. Just looking around my own life, taking inventory, paying attention to everything that is happening around me, seeing the signs of where I am, where God is taking me, and honestly, putting myself in a position where God can show me how do I need to adjust? How do I need to prepare? I feel like also this, for whatever thing God has in store for us in whatever month, whatever season of life we're in, he has a certain route that we should take to prepare for it. And if we're so busy focusing on what was, we won't really be in a position to receive our set of instructions for how to prepare for it. And so today I've been in that space of looking at what's around me, perceiving what has been happening, and just looking at all the signs and actually asking God, how can I prepare for it? How can I prepare to shift? I'll say this other thing is that I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have been shifting somewhat away from TikTok, meaning I have been using other avenues, other platforms, and I have just been expanding with God. There was something that happened on TikTok that kind of just made me see that, like, one, is not the same. And two, like, I need to shift somewhere that is not, I feel like they've restricted my account or it's not getting pushed out. But people have even, messaged me saying, like, it made me unfollow you. TikTok, made me unfollow you. And so it's just, I've just been in that space where it's like, you know what, God, we are shifting with the new. You don't have to push me out of this. We are, pushing into something new, and I'm adjusting. And so, and I'm gonna say this, sometimes the things that God shows you or the evidence of what is about to happen, sometimes it ain't favorable. Sometimes it ushers in a change that maybe you may not want to change in that area, or maybe, it's just like, man, that change is uncomfortable. But if you follow God, if you're walking with God, he will always tell you how you can best prepare for it. And so, that is really today's daily manna. As always, as you guys are in here, y'all do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. We are at 304 subscribers. My next goal is around 350 subscribers, and by the end of the year, I want to be pushing close to like 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And so that is where we are. I am in a second about to go live on TikTok. And so please feel free to join us if you would like to join us on TikTok. If today has blessed you, though, go ahead and tell God thank you in the comments, and tell us one thing that you are grateful for. Right now, every single month, I told God that I'm going to do something that can be a blessing to those of you guys that are following the ministry, those of you guys that are here. And so last month we did, the half off, or it was like $50 off the coaching sessions for the last 2 months. And so starting in the month of June, which is, now we're in the month of June, I want to do a raffle to bless someone with a $100 Visa gift card. You can use it wherever you want to use it at. You can use it to put food on your table or whatever the case may be. And so if you would like to enter into the raffles are $5 per entry. And you just put the word raffle along with your TikTok name. If you have TikTok, if you don't have TikTok, you can put your name here on YouTube so that I can find you, and so that I can actually, gift you that gift card. And so again, the raffle is $5. You can buy multiple entries for it. And so that is it. That, I feel like that is a great way for me to just be a blessing to those of you guys that tune in consistently, those of you guys that pour back into this ministry. And so that is where we are. And so again, if you want to sow, the moderators are going to put the ways where you can sow. And so that's it, y'all. That is it. And so again, the raffle is $5. You get $5 per entry. You can buy multiple entries. And yeah, it's for $100 Visa gift card. And we will do that probably at the end of this month or next month. I don't know if I'm gonna run it for 1 month or 2 months. I may just do 1 month, but yeah. And so that is it. The ways to sow are always in the description of every single video. Whether you sow in via Chime, PayPal, or Cash App to the moderators' Cash Apps. And so, well, the moderators' Cash App, DavisaButler. And or you can do it via Zelle if you need to book a coaching session, if you want to purchase, paraphernalia, ministry, faith-based paraphernalia. You can also do that. We have pray hats, we have t-shirts, we have, I don't have no hoodies on there, but those are some ways that you can support the ministry. Again, I am going to be doing a raffle for the month of July. And it will be for a $100 Visa gift card. The raffle is $5 per entry. So if you would like to, to get an entry or several entries, send your $5 to one of the ways above and put the word raffle along with your TikTok name or your name on here. And so that is it. That is today's daily manna. What's going on, Heavenly? What's going on, Alyssa? Today's word is out with the old, in with the new. Do you perceive it? Because whatever you can perceive, and you can book multiple entries to heaven, whatever you can perceive, you can prepare for. I truly believe that the month of June is about how we are preparing for what is about to happen. Because honestly, change is something that happens whether we want it to or whether we don't want it to. I'm going to say that again. Change is something that happens whether we want it to or whether we don't want it to. And so, I have been that person that resisted change, and now I'm forced to change, and now I got self-created storms because I didn't want to accept that God was changing things in my life. And I've also been on the other hand of things like singing and just adapting and shifting. And so I just truly believe that those of us that are able to fully walk into the blessings of God and to fully get everything that God has for us are those of us that are willing to see the change, even if it's a change that we really don't want. And those of us that says, Lord, help me prepare for it. Help me shift with you. Help me, not be the holdup. Help me not, reject what you're doing, because anything that God does, it is a good thing. Whew. Ooh. I'm going to say it again. Anything that God does, it is a good thing. And so that is it. I am about to shift over to TikTok in a minute. So if you want to follow us over on TikTok, we are about to go live there. Again, if you want to get, book a chance, or not book a chance, but enter into the raffle, it's $5 per entry. $5 per entry, and I'm going to be gifting away a $100 Visa gift card, which means you can use it wherever you want to use it. And so that is it, y'all. I love y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. And so until next time, y'all, peace. Anything that God does is a good thing. Absolutely. By the way, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on y'all way on you guys' way out. And even if you're catching it on the replay, go ahead and hit it. If you have not caught the word of the Lord for the month of June, please go back and catch that too. I love y'all, rooting for y'all. I'll see y'all on TikTok.